Hello and welcome. This is Austin Gayle with Pro Football Focus bringing you NC State center Garrett Bradbury. Garrett, it is great to have you here. How are you doing?
You're doing great. Appreciate y'all having me.
Of course, man. So you're training with Exos in Arizona right now. How has that been? Talk to me about that experience.
It's awesome. The strength coach, the speed coach, Nick Hill, John Barlow, and the whole PT staff do a phenomenal job. It's every bit as good as advertised. Being down here with a bunch of great athletes, they're a bunch of like-minded guys, just all training for the same goal.
That's awesome, man. And I think, working with the offensive lineman, but you weren't always an offensive lineman. Recruited to NC State as a tight end, redshirted then, and then ended up getting moved to guard, interior offensive line. Talk to me about that transition and what brought that about.
Yeah, so came in as a tight end, thought I was going to play tight end. Came in and then redshirted and then had shoulder surgery. So put on a little bit of weight throughout that. And then day one of fall camp, I continued to put on weight. And Coach Doran called me in his office before that 2015 season. And he just said, listen, look, I'm moving you to offensive line. I think it's going to be the best thing for you. And there was no question. There was no answer. I mean, it's just he made the move for me. It's truly the best decision anyone's ever made for me, I believe. And then I spent two seasons at guard and 2 seasons at center. So found a home at O-line.
Is there a position you prefer, or do you like having that versatility?
Yeah, I mean, you have to have the versatility, especially in playing offensive line in the league. I truly consider myself an interior lineman. Whatever a team needs me to be, that's where I'll be. I just think that my first 2 seasons as a team needed me at guard, and this past 2 seasons at center. There's a lot of they're very different positions. Talking about center, I love the responsibility of it. I love the pre-snap analysis of it. I mean, you got to be sharp mentally before a snap, making your calls, getting everyone lined up right. And then guard's a little different. You get to put your hand in the ground and you just get to fly off the ball. You hear a call and you go. A lot less thinking, a lot more just playing ball. So I love both of them for 2 very different reasons. But I mean, I love the offensive line. Like I said, I found a home on it. So
it's fantastic to hear you separate the 2 positions like that. Guard being more of a tell me what to do and I'll go kill somebody. Center being I kind of have to plan things. Way more mental. Talk to me about that mental aspect of center. What does that take off the field to really perform at a high level mentally?
Yeah, it's huge. That's every bit of it. Half of my game day is pre-snap, is understanding what the defense is doing, communicating that to the coaches so we can put ourselves in the best position to win a ball game. And so in pass protection, it's sliding the calls, reading the defense where the pressure is coming from, and then run game. Mic IDs, once again, like communicating where the pressures are coming from. And it's just, I love the responsibility of it. There's 4 other guys that need me to give them a call, and they're all trusting me to put them in the best position possible. So,
this past season, you earned an 84.4 overall grade from us here at Pro Football Focus, ranking 2nd in the FBS. It's the 2nd straight year you've earned an 80+ overall grade from us. What do you attribute that success to? It's mental, it's physical, but talk to me about what went into such great years from you.
It's all the coaching. A lot of coaching, from coaches and from players. My O-line coach, Coach Ledford, has been phenomenal for me. There's a kind of a saying that we had that I really took to heart this past season, and it's game day is just a reflection of your habits. You're not going to do something on Saturdays that you haven't already done before, and so treating practice like game days, making that as hard as you can. That was Coach Ledford's thing. Just so that on Saturdays you can just have speed off the ball, toughness, and finish, and play with those 3 things. So I mean, I attribute it to Coach Ledford. I attribute it to the awesome offensive line teammates I've had. 2 fifth-year seniors I had with me this past season were Big T and Tyler Jones. Guys that we can just push each other. We know when one of us isn't really feeling it, we can encourage the other, and so it's a lot of people. It's not just me.
In addition to your overall grade, here at Pro Football Focus, you earned a very high run block grade from us. So it's something that when I popped on the film, I was amazed with. You're very athletic, coming from that tight end background. You finesse, maybe a negative word with offensive linemen, but I think there is some finesse to your game. There's athleticism and finesse with your reach blocking in that zone blocking scheme. You're able to get in front of big guys, regardless of their technique, regardless of their shade, and I think that's very impressive. Do you take pride in your run blocking in what's becoming a pass-happy league? Some people forget about the run. Do you take pride in that run blocking and how good you are at it?
If you don't have pride in that, you're not going to be a very good offensive line. So we had goals for ourselves as an offensive line, and the first thing we want to establish the run, establish the line of scrimmage. That's what we were all about at NC State, and we ran the wide zone, the stretch zone, as good as anyone in the country, and that's a lot to do with coaching, a lot to do with repetitions. We rep the heck out of it, and we took a lot of pride in. Hey, if you know it's coming, we don't care. If you don't know it's coming, good luck. We're going to line up and we're going to run the ball at you. And that was, when I think of the best games we had, it was just games that we controlled the line of scrimmage from start to finish. So
still improving your technique, taking bits and pieces from others, obviously adding to your frame. Diet is important. But what specifically are you most looking forward to improving before you take that leap to the NFL? What do you want to improve on your game before you're taking on some of the best defensive players in the country?
Yeah, just continuing to work on my craft, my hands, trying to be perfect with those because everything happens a little bit quicker at the next level. From what I've been told and from what I can see, just the speed of the game is a little bit different. Keeping my body control. Maybe sometimes I'll get up there to second level pretty fast, but my hips and feet won't be under me. So just little things like that where I go back and watch from this past season and I'm like, hey, I could have been better there. And applying drills to correlate with what I want to improve on. So
that's great, man. Well, I wish you the best of luck in your continued development and the best of luck in the NFL. I think we're really excited about your game, and we expect big things from you, and I think you expect big things from yourself. We're excited to see how it translates, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us here at Pro Football Focus.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all having me.
Of course, man. Thank you.